Hey YouTube, it's Alicia and I'm back with another wrestling talk, but this is just my traditional wrestling talk. Make sure you go and check out the video before this because I think it's gonna be before this or after this, we'll see. But I want y'all to come and I am going to be talking about some of the things from last night and things. So before I talk about who's the first recipient to be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame, we got to talk about a couple other things. So as y'all know, last night we had a five-way match for an opportunity for the Intercontinental title belt that Gunther holds. So we had none other Drew McIntyre, Karrion Kross, Sheamus, LA Knight, and Xavier Woods taking Kofi Kingston's place. Kofi Kingston kind of got injured the other week, so Xavier Woods took his place. I thought that was noble of Kofi to have his fellow New Day member to take his place. That was sweet of him to do that. And ask WWE to do that, and they did honor that. Okay, now we have Karrion Kross. That I got a lot to say about him, so it's going to be no offense to Karrion Kross fans. I actually thought the match was pretty good. It was okay and stuff, but I'm going to say I don't think LA Knight has did enough to be in the match. So I really will say it should have been a four-way match against Karrion Kross, Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, and Xavier Woods. And the reason I say LA Knight has not done enough, we haven't seen enough from him to do that. Now, let me just say, everybody knows LA Knight because if you look at LA Knight used to be on TNA Impact. But when he was on TNA Impact, he was better known as Eli Drake. Oof. If you look at him from his persona then and his persona now, it's still the same thing. I'm just saying, it's still the same thing. Still the same thing. Okay. He still has that cockiness, attitude, persona, wrestling persona. I'm just going to say, I don't think he's ready for a title belt. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't care if you're a LA Knight fan. I'm sorry, but I'm just being honest. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that in a bit. All right. That's one. Okay. But the match turned out to be pretty good. Xavier Woods showed real well, and I really believe he deserved a singles WrestleMania moment. The reason is, have we ever seen him go after a singles title? No, he has always been in the tag team or something. And I just like, it has been him and Kofi or him and Vicky. Depends on how it is. And I'm just going to say he does deserve a title belt opportunity. Now they're trying to figure out who really won the match because we got, was it Sheamus? Was it Sheamus or was it Drew McIntyre? I just say make it a three-way match. Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre versus Gunther. That is the only way we'll do that and make sure Gunther goons are not at that match. Gunther is trying to say competitor. It seems like he's trying to be cocky and say, I only want one competitor. I do not want two competitors. That's what it sounds like he is saying. So now we're going to move right along and we're going to talk about this women's match before I talk about who's being inducted. Now, this women's match, Charlotte went to Adam Pearce and said, oh, I want a match and stuff. Okay, I understand. It's like we 3 weeks out from WrestleMania. All right. My thing is, because you are 3 weeks out, And I'm gonna say you're 3 weeks out. Let's see. You're 3 weeks out. Let's see. Let me find you a person to wrestle. Okay. Charlotte comes out. We don't know who she's wrestling. We hear Soxy's theme song. And this could have been an opportunity where Adam Pearce could have did something real ornate and unique. Still make Charlotte Flair look good going into WrestleMania, but also still made Soxy look good and a good competitor. You could have had Charlotte Flair respectfully lost to Shotzi for a future opportunity, and it would have been good. Like, she still make her look good and stuff like that in the match and stuff. But then Rhea Ripley comes out and stuff like that, and what a distraction and stuff. You thought, okay, Shotzi had it. Oh, no, and stuff. I think respectfully it was a good match, but having Charlotte to win, y'all could have did better by Shotzi. I mean, we haven't seen Shotzi in months, and like I always have said in the last few months, and I do agree with my fans when I put up who's the second underrated female wrestler, and everybody said Shotzi, and I do agree with that. Now, let's talk about who's going to be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame for 2023. Now, y'all know every December, at the end of December, I always put out who I think should be inducted for the following year's Hall of Fame, coming up Hall of Fame. All right, I put that out, and I will leave the name of the video for y'all can see. So on my list, I had Rey Mysterio. All right, we get a pack. We get the first promo inductee package. It's Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio will be inducted into the WWE's Hall of Fame. Now, I think they went with Rey Mysterio as like the headliner for who's going to be inducted for the WWE. You have your main guys that's going to hit. You have your main guys who's going to headline the Hall of Fame awards, and I think Rey Mysterio is the headliner for that. I mean, so yes, I am very excited. He's overdue. He has done a lot of work in the industry and stuff, and I think a lot of people would not know that. He has a lot. He has been overseas. He has wrestled overseas. He has wrestled in not New Japan. He has wrestled in Lucha Libre and also Lucha Libre Underground. And like I was like going, oh, I'm very excited about that. But I'm gonna put a but. Let me say a but. But I'm going to myself, who can I see inducting him? Okay, at the moment, I cannot see his son inducting him because of the storyline that's going on right now. That's that. So I'm going to give y'all a couple of people who I think would be great to induct Rey Mysterio. Okay, my first pick would be Dave Bautista, because that long friendship, and they was tag team partners at one point in time. So that would be one. My second one would be Chavo and Vicky Guerrero. My third one would be Conan. Now, that would be kind of fun to see WWE invite Conan to come and induct Rey Mysterio. That would be great. My third would probably be Edge. Edge and Rey Mysterio is real good friends with each other. And this is going to be a long shot. But my fifth one would have to be a current WWE superstar, and the person I'm going to mention is Ricochet. The reason I mention Ricochet is Ricochet respects Rey Mysterio, and that's that. But some of y'all do not know that Ricochet and Ray actually worked together back on Lucha Libre Underground. And I say if it wasn't probably for Rey Mysterio, he might not be in WWE and stuff. And like Rey Mysterio, you can fully tell Rey Mysterio is somebody that Ricochet really respects. So like I'm saying, but out of all the five that I can say Dave Batista and the Guerreros and Ricochet is my top three people to abduct Rey Mysterio. Now, I cannot believe. Now, I wanted to address something here, and it's doing with Twitter wrestling fans. When you're somebody like me and you're going to tell the truth about what you see about wrestling, especially in the WWE, on my point of view, because I'm a big WWE fan. I'm an occasional AEW fan, but I watch WWE mostly. When you see me comment about the hypocrisy of WWE and how they go by of who's going to qualify for wrestling matches, who's getting title belt shots and things like that. When you hear me talk about that, I'm talking about something real. I'm saying you in what I'm commenting, it's some truth to it. You gotta think. It's one thing I don't talk about over here that I talk about mostly over on my Twitter. If you're a Twitter fan, you know what I'm talking about. To get me to say, all I'm doing is I'm pointing out the point. I'm pointing out the truth when it comes to WWE, especially when it comes to that women's division. And somebody, probably about a couple months ago, got mad because I think y'all remember the Mandy Rose scandal. And I kept putting Charlotte Flair name into it. And somebody said, you can't put Charlotte Flair name into it. This don't have nothing to do with Charlotte. But the reason I mentioned Charlotte because I was saying she would get away with something like this. And half of y'all who came to my defense said, yeah, you're right. So I'm finna ask the question. When it comes to wrestling fans, and certain wrestling fans like myself is trying to tell the truth about certain things, especially when it comes to WWE, when it's not fairness for the women's division or men's division, is it fair enough to say when somebody speaks some truth and fans don't accept that truth, is it right to attack somebody for telling the truth about the wrestling industry? And why not? That's one. And then the second thing is it right for fans to attack the person? That's the second thing. Because I can tell y'all, I've been attacked several times in the last 2 years when I speak my truth. I just speak the truth about wrestling, and I'm a huge wrestling fan because of a certain thing I mentioned on Twitter. I'm not going to mention here, but it's like when you see wrestling, you got to understand certain things, but then when you speak some truth about something, that's that. And then the other thing is it right that WWE wrestling, and I gotta say this, and I want to talk about this. I haven't talked about it in a long time, but yeah, I feel when it comes to WWE and they're coming up with ideas, I really do believe us as wrestling content creators, we need to watch each other back. And the reason I say that is I believe WWE creators can come up with something original. That's one. And I think they come to YouTube, look at every wrestling content creators, from men to women, and steal ideas from them. And I have always said, be careful when you say, oh, I want to see this match, because you never know. WWE probably will steal the idea. I know for a fact that I have had 3 ideas stolen from me. And I reported it to YouTube, and they didn't do anything about it. Okay. My thing is, WWE, it's time for you to acknowledge that you steal ideas from wrestling content creators. I know I'm not the only one. I know, once again, an idea has, let's just say, been taken from me once again. I'm going to call it out regardlessly. And I want to hear from y'all. I hear from y'all, especially from anybody who else is a wrestling content creator. Do y'all think it's time for YouTube to start protecting the wrestling content creators when it comes to their videos and companies that steal their ideas? Okay, that's all I have time for. Until then, I'm Alicia. Don't forget to thumbs up this video, comment below, and subscribe to my channel. Bye.